What if you could move with joy, confidence, freedom, embracing your full potential no matter your age? We've all been to the point where we're not embracing that potential. We're being limited by something. And what I want to show you is that doesn't have to be, and that we can create a new reality for you to live in. Hi, my name is Steven, and my mission is to redesign the journey to strength and mobility so you can move pain-free, have a more joy-fulfilled life, and in general, just play more. But pain-free movement didn't always conquer my life. I know what it felt like to be held back and just the frustration that constant pain brought when you just wanted to move. Not too long ago, I was stuck in the same pain. When I was going through high school, I had constant shin splints and I developed some shoulder subluxation that caused a lot of pain to where I couldn't sleep comfortably. I couldn't play sports comfortably. I was trying to do marching band and I couldn't stay up on my toes because my shins just got so much pain. It limited me and the things that I really wanted to do. But then I looked at my parents and I saw them going through the exact same thing, if not worse. They were limited by their knee pain, by their ankle sprains. All these things were just adding up. And I said to myself, this is not how I want my future to be. The belief that a painful destiny wasn't destiny, but it was just a choice, fueled my determination to go find ways to fix the body. How can we build strength and mobility that becomes consistent so we can expect our body to perform like we want it to each and every day that we wake up? I discovered the power of simple but effective strategies that built strength through range and built strength through my joints. So I started to feel better. I was able to do more sports. I was able to play more, have more joy in my life. And honestly, I saw myself have more joy than I ever had in my life before. I was moving better. I was also performing better. And all those things just started to add up. This is the way. This is how you build the body that you want to live in. At first, I felt like the pain and the stiffness was very personal. I was the least flexible person in my family growing up, all the way through high school. So I was like, this must just be me. Then I realized they're not flexible. They're not really pain-free either. They just have different pains. My parents were having more pain than I was, from their knee to their Achilles to their shoulders. All of those things they were dealing with, and they just had gotten used to it. And that's when it hit me hard. I don't want that in 20 years. I don't want that in 10 years, and I don't want that to continue right now. And that's when I started looking outside the family. Everyone else was dealing with the same thing. They had pain, they had stiffness, they had injuries from high school that never healed. They just started thinking that this is how they were going to end their life instead of living through their life, because it continued and it continued to get worse. And we all know that once that goes away, you're able to open up and be able to relax, have more joy, because you don't have the constant fear that's telling you, watch out, your shoulder dislocates, your ankles twist, your knee might rupture, you might tear an ACL. Once that fear is gone, it's so relieving. It hurt me to see how many of you actually felt stuck in your own body. The pain was like a cage and you weren't able to get out of it. You weren't able to build the strength around the area to support it. So you ended up just trying to avoid it. But that was actually making the problem worse and worse. And I knew I had to set out to create a new normal, because it was normal to be in pain. And not just for myself and my family, but also everyone else out there who had that cage of pain around them. Your story is probably much different than mine, but that doesn't matter, because the goal is universal: to move pain-free with joy and to feel better with each step that you take. Whether it's knee pain, shoulder pain, ankles, hips, elbows, you don't feel strong enough to move your own body, it's muscular. All those things limit how much confidence you have and how much joy you have in your movement. But it's not too late. These are some things that have been said when people started doing the process that I'm talking about.
I've never been able to do a pull-up. I can now do pull-ups. 3 pull-ups, not just 1.
Especially at my age. I'm recovering faster than I did in my 30s.
Issues with my neuropathy. Not to say it's gone completely away, but it has improved.
I feel better about myself.
It's easier to get up and down off the ground, to play with our granddaughter.
It really made it better fast. I mean, just it seems like a couple of weeks ago, it still hurt me.
If my story resonates with you, then I want you to join me. So hit subscribe and we can start turning your pain into play. There's going to be more videos coming out that have actionable steps for different movements. If you want to get back to pickleball, how can you do these different steps to get your elbow pain away, to make sure your knees aren't hurting, your ankles aren't hurting? So if there's a movement specifically or a sport, hobby that you want to get back to pain-free, comment it below and I'll move that to the front of the video list so we can start getting your pain into play.